Hi. This video is a compilation of the funniest secrets you have all submitted so far. If they sound familiar, that's why. They're from past episodes. I hope you enjoy, and I will be back next week with an entirely new video. When I was 8, I found a condom in my mom's cabinet and used it as a hair tie and wore it to school. I'm just imagining being a teacher at your school and seeing a student with like a latex bun. My mom walked in on me with my pants down off, and she asked what you was doing. And I said my was burning, and long story short, I ended up in the emergency room for 4 hours just for the doctor to tell my mom that I was probably lying to not be embarrassed. Oh no! No! One time when I was in New York, I went to see Little Mermaid on Broadway, and at intermission I really had to go to the bathroom, but the lines for the bathroom in theaters are really long, so instead I just waited until the lights went back down and peed in my seat, and then sat down until the show was over and left without telling anyone. No one knows. It was a good show though. You know what? You were at the Little Mermaid. It's all underwater anyways. Go ahead and pee. I carved a pumpkin for Halloween just so I could have a place to put my I don't have a girlfriend. That's not an excuse to a pumpkin. Ew. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. You're never gonna have a girlfriend if you pumpkins unless your girlfriend vegetables too. One time when I was like 10 years old during Christmas time, we went to the mall to see Santa. I hated Santa because I thought he was creepy. He is creepy. So I go to fart on Santa so he wouldn't come to my house. That makes sense. When it was my turn to sit on his lap, I started to push, but I didn't fart. I pooped on Santa. It was diarrhea too. The mall Santa was so disgusted that we were kicked out of line and we were banned for the rest of December. Happy holidays, XOXO. I would pay to see those photos. Do you have those photos? Email them to me. When I was about 10, I really wanted a girlfriend, and I'm gonna be honest, I was a dirty child. I wrote a note to Santa asking for a girlfriend and all the things I would do to her. My brother would watch porn and I share a room with him, so I'd sort of see all the things that happened, and that gave me the ideas. The embarrassing part is that my parents had to read all of that and still take me seriously on Christmas morning. I'm 17 now and they tease me about it on Christmas dinners. I just imagine the day that you found out that Santa is your parents and you just like flashback to all the light pornography you wrote for your parents. Last Christmas, I wanted to buy my family those DNA kit thingies. I already did one and thought it would be fun for the fam, so I got everyone one. Isn't that kind of silly? Because like you all have the same DNA. When my parents and siblings were opening the presents, my mom started getting really defensive. She was like, oh, these kits have like unsafe chemicals, and I told her I already did one and it was safe. So she made another excuse and said only one of the kids should do it and we could all get a little money by selling the rest of them. Then my parents moved to the second floor of my house and just started shouting and fighting. Me and my siblings on the first floor are just trying to figure out who's the sucker with the different dad. That is so funny. Okay, so I'm quarantined with my mom and dad and I haven't left my house in 24 days. My dad still goes to work, but my mom got laid off. So Monday through Friday, it's just my mom and me. One day I got really bored and decided to masturbate for the first time. I stopped a long time ago because my family member died and I felt weird doing it because I felt like they could see me. Okay. Anyway, it's been a while, so I forgot to lock the door. As I'm getting there, my mom walks in. I was mortified. She just closed the door and walked back out. She didn't see anything, but it was obvious that she knew what was going on. We haven't spoken to each other in 3 days and my dad was getting worried. He asked me what was wrong and I didn't know what to say, so I fucking told him that I saw my mom's titties and it made us awkward. Now we all just sit around being weird and not talking. I don't know what to do. I think I broke the family. You know when parents get divorced and kids think it's their fault? This time it is your fault. You masturbated and now everything's just fucking ruined. I know your mom got fired before you masturbated, but she got fired because you masturbated. When I was 7, I found my mom's tampons and thought they were for your butt and basically stuck them in my butt, and it felt really good, so I did it until my mom found out and sent me to a therapist. I'm gay now. So on Father's Day, I went to my grandpa's house, and when I was there, I heard noises in my cousin's room. I thought he was hurt, so I walked in, and he was masturbating to Cornhub. Corn Hub. All things corn. Okay, so this is very embarrassing for me, and I feel like there is some way that someone will be able to know it's me, but I'm sharing anyways. Back in like 2nd grade, I had this friend who I'll call B. B was my first friend there, and because of that, she was also my best friend. She wanted me to sleep over at her house for a birthday once, but I've always had anxiety and attachment issues growing up that I've never actually spent the night at anyone else's house, even my own family. Somehow, she convinced me, and the day came. I got off her bus stop with her, and then did the normal 2nd grade birthday party stuff like eat cake, watch her open presents, etc. Then the night came. It was only me, Bean, and her cousin, who was also the same age as us. We were watching a movie, and then B out of nowhere was like, have you guys ever licked a butthole before? I didn't expect that. Me being confused obviously answered no. She and her cousin laughed and said they did it all the time. B proceeded to then pull her pants down and had her cousin lick her butthole. I was so done. In my head I thought, is this what people do at sleepovers? She wanted me to do it too, but I said I had to use the bathroom. I called my mom to pick me up and then told them that my stomach hurt because of the cake and my mom wanted me to come home. I don't remember what happened afterwards, but that was definitely a part of some of my childhood trauma. Still hate sleepovers. Yeah, that's a totally fair and reasonable experience to justify hating sleepovers. Just so you know though, in case you haven't gone to any since then, that actually isn't standard protocol. Usually we just lick each other's I'm kidding. Usually there's no licking at all. If anything, I'm licking, I don't know, a lollipop, a popsicle. I mean, this is disgusting. I masturbated for the first time and I'm so not doing it again. We'll see about that. When I was a child, I used to skip school, so my parents thought I was going to school when I was at the mall. I am now 22 and they still haven't found out that I've never been to school. It shows. We can tell. My mom caught me staring at 2 horses in a field across the road from our house and told me if I was into bestiality that she would support me. I was 11 and didn't know what that meant at the time, so just said okay. Sometimes she will use the nickname horse girl for me and wink after she says it. I'm uncomfortable. It sounds like your mom might be into bestiality. When I was like 8, me and my family friend went on a vacation to this beach house thing. The beach house had a really muddy yard, so me and this girl who was the same age as me always used to play this game where I was the mud monster and would cover myself in mud and chase her around. The mud monster? That's so cute. Why does that make me sad? Just the pure joy of childhood. Like, I don't know, sometimes I want to be the mud monster, you know, but I'm 25, so I can't be the mud monster. On the last day of vacation, we realized that the sewage was broken and all of our shit had been flowing out into the backyard, and that was what I had been covering myself in. You know what? Today's a good day to not be a mud monster. Never mind. That's disgusting. Couldn't you smell it? Or were you just having too much fun being the mud monster? That's goals. I want to have so much fun all the time that I wouldn't even know if I was covered in shit. That's the real meaning of being a mud monster. Like, this is the Urban Dictionary meaning. A mud monster is when you have so much fun that you wouldn't notice if you were covered in shit. May we all be mud monsters. Amen. Mud monster. I was so high in Thanksgiving. LMAO. I don't think my family knew though, so I'm good. When I was in a mental hospital, the Halloween just gone, I made friends with this schizophrenic girl and I shared a room with her and she would scream in the middle of the night and say that the buffalo fairies are coming to slice off her fingertips. Is it insensitive that I'm laughing? I just sound like buffalo fairies. What does that even mean? Like, I just feel like buffaloes as an animal and fairies are so fundamentally different. You know, fairies are light and they've got wings and buffaloes are like hairy and heavy. I don't know. Anyways, and she'd always ask me to sleep in my bed, and one night I let her. We're not meant to, but oh well. And we only had single beds. Anyways, I was just drifting off to sleep and she was spooning me, LOL. Anyways, she started to play with my hair and tuck it behind my ear, and she whispered in my ear and was all like, "The buffalo fairies like you." That's an honor. And I don't know why it didn't creep me out, but yeah, I just rolled over and whispered back to her and we had a little conversation, and then she said, well, if the buffalo fairies like you, then you must be a good person, especially if they let you keep your fingertips. Oh my god, this is a horror movie. And then she started taking my clothes off and we had sex. It's a good thing you guys both had your fingertips so you could, you know. Yeah, it was a weird experience. We're both lesbians, so that's a good thing, but I still don't know what buffalo fairies are. I have to Google buffalo fairies now. I mean, like, maybe it is a thing. Buffalo fairies? No, not buffalo fries. Those are good though. For Halloween this one year, I got invited to a Halloween party and really wanted to impress my crush. But I was only 14 at the time, so my mom was super strict about costumes. I wanted to go as Catwoman, which she saw no problem in as I was fully clothed. To prevent the tight-knit clothing, however, she made me wear this awful skirt that went down to my mid-calf and this super baggy shirt, all black, obvs. So when I got to the party, I took off the skirt and shirt to reveal my actual costume, which was just a black one-piece bathing suit and black leggings with basic cat ears. There was a hot tub there. Oh no, this never leads to anything good. Anything PG. Which is why the bathing suit came in handy. But here's the twist and big secret. I technically lost my virginity to a toe. Here's why! When I got into the hot tub, my crush is really tall, so I didn't realize his legs were stretched to the other side of the tub. So when I sat down, I sat right on his big toe and felt it slip inside me. Oh my god, that's the best secret yet. This secret is totally funny. That joke was totally not. I got a cat for Christmas when I was little and I traded it for a Pop-Tart. I eventually got it back because my friend's mom didn't want it and I got grounded for being the worst negotiator. I didn't realize I could use Moo as a means of bartering. Moo, do you mind if I go outside and try to use you for some food? Because I couldn't find chicken at the grocery store when I just last went. Do you mind? If this girl can get a Pop-Tart for her cat, I can at least get a rotisserie chicken. When I was little, I used to DJ the VJ. DJ the VJ all the time around the house, and I'd always get caught. I'd say it's itchy, but really I was pleasuring my pussy. Is that a poem? When I was little, I used to DJ the VJ all the time around the house, and I'd always get caught. I'd say it's itchy, but really I was pleasuring my pussy. Okay, it's like a slant rhyme, itchy and pussy. Either way, I am obsessed with the phrase DJ the VJ. Yeah, I DJ on the side. So stupid. So anyways, when I was like 10, I was at my piano lesson with this teacher I had since I was 7. He was just playing a song to get me to learn, and while he was doing it, I have no idea why I did this, but I grabbed his fucking cock. Like, I just put my hand there, and he got up and yelped or something, and I was so embarrassed that I pretended I was all fainty and was trying to grab onto anything and reach to make it look like I was just reaching for support when I did that. Then I actually pretended to faint because I just went with my act. He is still my teacher, and that is definitely the weirdest shit I've ever done. That is so funny. I like that A, you had no idea why you were doing it in the first place. You weren't like, oh, I was just felt serenaded by him and then I wanted to grab. No, you were just like, whoa, my hand's there. I like that for some reason. I mean, I don't like that you assaulted your piano teacher, but the fact that you had no awareness of that where your body was moving is somehow funny to me. And I love the idea of just passing out after you make a mistake. It's like, who can blame you if your eyes closed on the floor? You know what I mean? Like, it makes the most sense for the scenario you were in. Really good call, by the way. Very smart. Because you were like, oh no, ah. But I feel like we can utilize that out in an array of scenarios. You know, you show up late, pass out, I wasn't feeling well. You forget something, pass out, I wasn't feeling well. You say something rude, you pass out, I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I don't know, I was just about to hit the floor. No one can be mad. No one can be mad. One time my dad scared me in the middle of the night when I was taking a shit. I was about 5, and I threw my shit at him like a fucking monkey because I thought he was intruder. We still haven't told my mom. Sorry, Dad. So funny. When I was 12, I had to go to the gynecologist because I had an infection in my vagina. My mom was with me, my own mother. She was steering for infections and had to stick a swab in me. I had my first orgasm in front of my mother. It lasted about 40 seconds and was the best experience of my life. The doctor looked at me. I knew that she knew, and she knew that I knew. Luckily, my mom thought it was just hurting me as I was moaning and must have sounded like I was in pain. She said something like, "Don't worry, I know it hurts. It will be over soon." I was so embarrassed, but I enjoyed it more than I was embarrassed. I am not old enough to have sex yet. I can't wait till I have sex.
Thank you.